Alright, so in this video we will be taking an in-depth look at the Nothing Air 2 wireless earphones. This video should be around a half hour in length, so it'll be a fairly comprehensive and detailed review. So yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy. In this video, I will be going through the hardware, so the earphones themselves. I will do an in-depth guide of the accompanying Nothing app for Android and iOS devices. And finally, I will be talking about my personal experience with these wireless earphones, what I think of them, my particular use cases, how I use them, and whether or not I think these earphones are worth the money. Alright, so as of the filming of this video, which is August 2023, the Nothing Air 2s are retailing for 10,000 rupees for the black color and 9,000 rupees for the white color earbuds on Flipkart. Now, I bought the black ones and I actually got them for a better price because they had an offer whereby you could get 1,000 rupees off if you used an HDFC Bank credit card. Let me see if they still have that. No, I don't think they have that right now. But you can check if you can get them for around 9,000, which is what I paid for them for the black ones. That'll be a good price. But if you don't have a color preference, you can go for the white ones. They're selling for 9,000 rupees on Flipkart. I went for the black ones because I already have the first generation AirPods Pro by Apple in white. So I thought I'd try the black ones because I like the stealth look and the understated look. The white ones also might get a little dirty, so just keep that in mind. So the case of the Nothing Air 2s, they open this way. So they have this little recessed portion which should face you. That's how you know that that's the direction in which it'll open. Because when I first got them, I tried to open them like this, but they just wouldn't open. So this portion should face you. That's how you know that they open like so. And when they close, there's a little magnet here, but that magnet is not very strong at all. It's quite weak. So, I mean, they can easily just flip open. And this hinge over here, this little hinge holding the lid, this hinge is not very strong either. It's quite flimsy. So what I would recommend is, if you don't want to have a case on it, you should secure it with, what I do is I use a rubber band. So I just do this, and there you go. So that even if they fall down, at least the earphones themselves won't pop out of the case and get damaged, which has happened to me with my AirPods. So these are the Apple AirPods. I have them in a case, and even when I had them in a case, I dropped them, they fell on the floor, and the case opened, and these two earphones just came out of the case, and one of them got spoiled actually. So what I do is now I close the case, and then I use this little Velcro strap or a cable management strap, and so now it's not going anywhere. Even if it falls down on the floor, the AirPods themselves inside won't come out of the case. So that's what I recommend with these as well, with the Nothing Air 2s. If you do decide to have a case, make sure that there is some kind of a latching mechanism or a locking mechanism here. So I actually quite like the design of these earphones, and it's about the little details. So most earphones you'll have R written on the right earphone and L written on the left ones. But what Nothing has done is they've put a red dot to signify that this is the right earphone, and there's a red dot in the case as well where the earphones go. And for the left earphone, there's a white dot, and similarly there's a white dot inside the case. So that's how they go in. And there's a white small LED light here. So there's a USB-C port here for charging, and there's a little button here for Bluetooth pairing. Now these apparently do support wireless charging as well, but I haven't tried that, so I wouldn't be able to comment on that. I mean, the case itself supports wireless charging. So instead of using the USB-C port here, you can just place this case with the earphones inside. Just place it on a wireless charging pad, and it'll charge wirelessly. It'll charge both the case and the earphones inside. I don't have a wireless charging pad with me, so I haven't tried that feature. So this is the retail box of the Nothing Ear 2s, and you have this little QR code for the app. This is where the case sits, and then inside you have what we have here. We have a USB Type-C cable in white, which is fairly small, short in length, not a very long cable, and we have ear tips. So small and large, but these are actually the medium ones, these two, because I already have the large ones fitted in the earphones. Now, initially I had the medium ear tips inside here, but I decided to switch to the large ones because they offer good passive noise isolation. In other words, with the large ear tips, there isn't much of a gap between the ear canal and the earphones, so there's a better seal, and that ensures decent passive noise cancellation. Of course, they have active noise cancellation as well, but I decided to go for the large ones. Now the problem is there's a trade-off, but the trade-off is that they can be a little uncomfortable after a while, but I'm fine with that trade-off because I don't use these earphones for long periods of time at a stretch. So I mean, that much discomfort, it's not that much really, and it's something that I can handle. But yeah, so I use the large ear tips, and it also comes with small and medium. Also, the ear tips, they do pick up oil. So one I said downside, I would say, of the black Nothing Ear 2s is that the ear tips themselves will show some oil from your ear once you remove them. So you'll have to just clean them with a cloth and then place them inside the case. I don't think that the white Nothing Ear 2s with the white ear tips, that the oil will show on the white ones. I think it's more noticeable on the black ones because it shines, the oil shines on the ear tips. And these are silicone ear tips. They are not memory foam. They're just regular silicone ear tips. Let me walk you through the Nothing X app, and you will need this app in order to connect the earphones and get the most out of them. So you can download the app from the Google Play Store, and it's also available for iOS devices, so Apple devices. So let's go to the app. So that's the app, and straight away it shows you the battery percentage of both the right and left earbuds, as well as the percentage, battery percentage of the charging case, which is right now 30%. So if we have three primary options on the home screen of the app: equalizer, controls, and noise control. So let me go through noise control first. So with noise control, you have three options: off, transparency mode, whereby you can hear the outside sounds, and then there's noise cancellation. So if I go to noise cancellation, again, you have four options within noise cancellation. There's adaptive, and I just leave it on adaptive most of the time. There's low, medium, and high. There is some difference between the three levels, but not that much. So in other words, the medium and the high level of noise cancellation, to me, the level of noise isolation was almost the same between medium and low. There was a noticeable difference between low and high, but I just leave it on adaptive really. And then they have this thing called personalized active noise cancellation, which is calibrated to your unique hearing sensitivity. You have to go through a little test, like they make you listen to certain noises or sounds, and then the app analyzes your hearing. I haven't done that as yet because I really haven't needed it, so I've just left that to off. But if we go to on, it'll guide you through the process. So we'll just go back, and so yeah, that's the noise control function of the earphones. Next we can go to controls. So this is for the gestures. So double pinch, triple pinch, pinch and hold, double pinch and hold, and the gesture or the press that's not customizable is the single pinch. So when you press the stem of the ear tips of the earbuds once, it'll play and pause the music or whatever you're listening to, or it'll answer and hang up a phone call. So this is something you cannot customize, the single press. But other than that, if you want to customize, let's say the double pinch, you can do skip back, skip forward, voice assistant, and decline incoming call. And by the way, you can customize these separately for the left and right earphones. So if these options right now, triple pinch, pinch and hold, I've set these to noise control. In fact, they were by default set to noise control, but you can also use them for things like volume up and down and voice assistant. And then there's double pinch and hold. So these functions right here are for the left earphones. So when we click on the right ones, again you have options for the right, so right earphones as well. So you can customize them separately. Okay. Now let's move on to the equalizer. Now this is where it gets interesting. So as soon as you click on equalizer, you'll have this basic equalizer setting. So treble, mid, and bass. You can adjust it by moving these little sliders. So this is the basic setting. Simple, it says here, simple. Or you can use one of the presets. So balanced, more treble, more bass, voice, or custom. But really, to get the most out of these earphones, you'll have to go to the advanced screen. Now this is something I really like, and this is a feature, I don't know, the AirPods Pro by Apple, they don't offer custom EQ. All you have are a few presets like bass booster, treble enhancer, and things like that, but you can't individually adjust the equalizer. And in these you can. So this is one feature I really appreciate with the Nothing Air 2s. Not only can you adjust the individual frequencies, but for the lower frequencies, let's say for example, you can even shift the equalizer curve. So if I can go lower to the 20 hertz frequency band and then adjust that, or I can shift it this way to around 45-50 and adjust it separately. Similarly, for the next frequency range, I can move the band and then adjust that. And then you also have this Q factor adjustment, which basically adjusts the curve, how separate, I guess. This is difficult to explain, but do you want this particular adjustment to just affect this frequency and the neighboring frequencies, or do you want it to have an effect on a more wider sound? So I guess that's the best way to explain it. So yeah, this feature, in fact, this feature alone is something that really makes these earphones worth it, in my opinion. Because, and I'll come to the sound quality in a second, but in order to get the most out of these earphones in terms of their sound quality and what they're capable of, you will have to adjust the equalizer settings. And you can even have profiles here. So I have one for my favorite jazz artist, and so this is a separate equalizer profile, and then I have a few more. So you can rename them, save them, and you can even reset the equalizer. If we click on these three buttons here on the equalizer screen, apparently you can share your equalizer settings with someone, and you can also import equalizer settings from the internet, I guess. But I haven't tried these features, so I won't be able to comment on them. If we click on these lines here, as you can see, my earphones are connected, app settings. By the way, when I first bought these earphones, the first thing I did was I downloaded the app, and the app had a firmware update for the earphones. So that's something you might have to do as well. Go into the settings and see if there's a firmware update for your earphones. You can change the color theme of the app. You can have it light, you can have dark or system. What else? Notifications, and if there's a software update. If we click on this little gear icon here, so here you have more settings for the device. So in-ear detection, automatically play audio when earbuds are in and pause when the earbuds are removed. I have this on. You have personalized ANC, which I showed you in the home screen of the app. I have these switched off because I don't really use it. There is a low latency mode for gaming. Again, I don't use these earphones for gaming, but if you do game on your mobile device, you can enable this, and it'll give you less lag in the audio transmission. High quality audio, LHDC audio codec, this I've turned on. Now I'm not sure if it even says here, it will only take effect if your phone or tablet supports the codec. I'm not sure if my phone supports it, but I have this on anyways. So in case your phone does, you'll get that higher quality sound apparently. Personalized sound profile. So this is something I did do. This is another test. So if you go through here, it tests your hearing, and it personalizes the sound according to your hearing profile. So it plays a few sounds and noises, and it asks you for your response, and I think the test takes around 10 minutes or so from what I remember. But I feel that when I went through this test and I turned on the sound personalization, it did improve the audio quality. So I would recommend going through this test here, the personal sound profile, and turning it on so that you can get better sound quality. I did it at least. Finally, they have dual connection as well, so you can connect two devices at one time to these earphones. I have my Samsung Galaxy S10, which is this phone, connected to these earphones, and my Dell laptop. So these two devices, and so you can just stop playing a song on your mobile phone, for instance, and start playing one on your laptop, and it'll automatically switch to the laptop sound, if that makes sense. Ear tip fit test, I did not go through this, although I probably should. But yeah, this is a lot of tests actually in this app. So they're trying to personalize the earphones to your unique hearing profile, which I really like. And then they have Find My Earbuds. So this, you can play a sound, and that you hear that sound to locate your earbuds in case you lose them. Firmware update, this I've been through, and yeah, so that's about it. Alright, so now we're in the part of the video where you would want to know my opinion on these earphones, and I also have the first generation Apple AirPods Pro with me over here. So first of all, why did I buy these earphones when I already have the Apple AirPods Pro? So I have devices in both ecosystems. So I have the Apple ecosystem, I have an iPad, I have an iPhone. So I bought these particular AirPods for the Apple devices, but I did not have a set of earphones for my Android phone, so my Galaxy S10 by Samsung, for my laptop, which is a Windows laptop. Now, of course, you can use the AirPods Pro for with those devices, but the Apple AirPods Pro are primarily designed for Apple devices, so iOS devices and Mac OS. So I just use these with those Apple devices. So that's why I decided to buy another set of earphones to use with my Windows and Android devices. And what really made me purchase these was the price to features ratio. So remember, these AirPods Pro cost me around, when I bought them, I think it was 21,000 rupees or 22,000 rupees, thereabouts. And I think the second generation AirPods Pro, so we're filming this in August of 2023. So the second generation AirPods Pro, I think, are going for around 25,000 rupees, which is a lot of money. Now, granted, they're very good earphones, work very well with the Apple ecosystem, and apparently the sound quality has been improved as well over the first generation AirPods Pro. But I haven't tried them, and maybe I'll buy a pair in a year or two when the battery life on these degrades a lot. But for now, I'm holding on to these. These, on the other hand, comparatively much cheaper. So I bought these for 9,000 rupees, the Nothing Air 2s. So the AirPods Pro first generation, more than twice the cost of these Nothing Airs 2. And that's really the idea with these. You're getting a lot for your money. Now, are you getting audiophile level sound quality from these? Not at all. I mean, they're not even at that price point. You have to keep your expectations reasonable at 9,000 rupees. The active noise cancellation on the Nothing Air 2s is quite good, actually. I was quite impressed by the ANC performance on the Nothing Air 2s. In fact, I would go so far as to say that it is even slightly better than the Apple first generation AirPods Pro. So yeah, ANC, thumbs up from my side. You will have to go into the equalizer settings very often when you're using these Nothing Air 2s. These are not your set it and forget it kind of earphones as the Apple AirPods. These, you just put them in your ear and forget about them. And even the equalizer settings for this, you only have presets like bass booster, treble enhancer, and that, which I don't even use. I just leave them on as they are. But for these ones, to get the most out of these, you will have to go into the app and adjust the equalizer settings, sometimes on an album by album basis, sometimes on a song by song basis even, which means you have to be familiar with adjusting the mid frequencies, the bass and the treble frequencies. As for their sound signature, these were lacking in the mid range, the Nothing Air 2s. They were a little too bass heavy. So in fact, in the app, I cranked the mid-range to the highest level in the equalizer. So I would recommend doing that, and that improved the sound quality quite a lot. It made it more balanced. It gave a more balanced sound, and yeah, just overall a better listening experience, at least for music. I think the main competitor for these earphones are the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 or something along those lines. I'm not sure, I don't have any experience with those, but they seem to be priced at around 10,000-ish, 11,000 as of August 2023. But yeah, I won't be able to comment on them because I haven't tried them. But I'm very happy with this purchase. 9,000 rupees well spent. I use them a lot. I use them while watching movies on my laptop. I use them for listening to music. And do they offer the absolute best audio quality? No. I would rate them at around, I'd say 8.5 out of 10 in terms of audio quality after adjusting the equalizer to your liking. And maybe some songs like light jazz, for instance, I'd even go so far as to say 9 out of 10 on audio quality, but those songs are few. In general, for most songs, I would give these around 8.5 out of 10 in terms of its sound quality. One thing that I feel is lacking in terms of sound quality is the overall instrument separation and spaciousness of the sound. So, and that is something I really appreciate with the Apple AirPods. You have this thing called spatial audio. I mean, and turning it on, it really improves the listening experience. You feel as if the band or the artists are near you, as if you are in a concert. uh, Instrument separation improves, and overall the sound is fuller, it's richer, and that feature is something that's missing here. So you won't get that spatial audio feeling with the Nothing Air 2s. I hope they add that feature with a future firmware update, although I'm not sure if that requires specific hardware on the earphones themselves, in which case they might introduce it in the next version of the Nothing Air earphones. But yeah, that spacious feeling of sound, that instrument separation, that is something that's missing on these Nothing Air 2s. And that's primarily, in fact, that's one of the reasons I've taken off 1.5 points out of the sound quality. That being said, you can achieve very good sound with these, provided you are willing to go into the app sometimes after every song and adjust the equalizer. I am a bit of an audiophile, so I really like doing that. I don't mind doing it at all. I like adjusting the equalizer and really fine-tuning the sound. But if you are someone who is not as discerning when it comes to sound quality and really doesn't have the time or the patience to go into the equalizer settings every time, then you might want to look elsewhere and not buy these. Now let's talk about the battery life. Now, the battery life on the Nothing Air 2s isn't the best. You should get a few hours of use from a single charge, and the case itself, I believe, can hold 2 more charges for the earphones themselves. But I would say then again they're quite comparable to the Apple AirPods first generation. In any case, regardless of the battery life, you won't be able to have these on in your ear for hours at a stretch, because it can get a little fatiguing. So I usually have these on for around an hour, hour and a half, max 2 hours, listening to music. After that, I just want to take them off. And it's not even good for your hearing to have sound blaring into your ears for hours and hours at a stretch. So I would recommend about an hour and a half to 2 hours max of usage out of these, after which you should give your ears a break. So in that sense, the battery life really is not that much of a concern, because after around 2 hours I place them back in the case, and then the next time when I'm ready to use them again, they're fully charged up. So the battery life is a non-issue for me, at least, and for my use cases. As for long-term comfort, the Nothing Air 2s are decently comfortable, I would say, but they are nowhere near as comfortable as the Apple AirPods Pro first generation. I mean, these are just extremely comfortable, and you feel as if you're not wearing earphones to begin with. You can wear these for much longer at a stretch than the Nothing Air 2s. That being said, the Nothing Air 2s are all right. I mean, you can get a few hours of use out of these, but after a few hours you will want to give your ears a break and just take these off. But that's not the case with the Apple AirPods Pro. But then again, look at the price difference between these two. Am I satisfied with my purchase? Absolutely. For the price, these are extremely feature-rich earphones. I mean, these earphones have features that earphones 3 times the price even don't have. Now, you can't really compare these to earphones that cost 3 times as much, like the Sony XM5s or recently launched, or the AirPods Pro second generation. So you have to keep that in mind, that these cost around 9 to 10,000 rupees. And for those 9 to 10,000 rupees, you are getting a lot for your money. Now, Indian consumers are quite sophisticated. I don't think they should have a problem with going into the app and getting the most out of this device. Yeah, I would recommend these at this price point. All right, so that was a summary of my experiences with the Nothing Ear 2s. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below, and I will do my best to answer them. Thank you so much for watching.